Hello and welcome back. I know it's been a couple of months since my last update, so thank you so much for joining me today. I'm sure you're aware that there's been a lot happening in politics over the last couple of months, and we are now 62 days away from October the 31st, Halloween, and also Brexit Day. The new Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has made it very clear, no ifs, no buts, the UK will be leaving at the end of October. So let's quickly take stock of what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. The big news this week has been that Parliament is going to be prorogued. That's basically where MPs stop all work. That's likely to happen from the 10th of September until the 14th of October. That will be followed by a Queen's speech in which the government puts down its new legislation for the year ahead. So you may have heard that this has been called a coup or unconstitutional, partly because of the timing that it's taken place with the Brexit debates that are going to be happening. However, it is a common occurrence within the parliamentary calendar, often happening on a yearly basis, and allows the government to set its legislative agenda for the future. So what does this mean for Brexit? Well, MPs will be returning from their summer recess next week. And as we can already see, there's going to be some angry responses from the opposition and some Conservative backbenchers. So the first thing that we can expect to see next week is for members of the opposition and a number of Conservative backbenchers to try and bring forward legislation to force the Prime Minister to request an extension to that Brexit deadline of October the 31st. Now, that legislation is partly in response to the prorogation of Parliament, which reduces the number of days that MPs have to debate Brexit. However, we should remember that any extension requires the approval of all EU member states. It is also possible that next week we could see Jeremy Corbyn, the leader of the opposition, put forward a no confidence motion in the government. Now, the process for this is set out in the Fixed Terms Parliament Act, basically given 14 days for a new government to be formed. And de Havilland has done a number of briefings and notes on this, and I would suggest going and taking a read. The end result of any potential no confidence motion could be a general election, and the date that could possibly take place right now is on Thursday, the 7th of November. So in summary, we have a busy few weeks ahead of us with a lot of uncertainty, and it's not clear what the end outcome will be. What I would say is that the options available to the government in relation to Brexit are very similar to what we had at the start of the year. That could be a Brexit with a deal, the UK leaving the EU under a no-deal situation, or a possible extension to that October the 31st deadline. You may have heard in the media, and indeed from the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, his ambition to leave under any circumstances. However, what I would also add is the intention and the desire of the government to leave with a deal. Currently, the UK government and the EU are meeting on a bi-weekly basis to try and find a negotiated outcome. Finally, I just wanted to reassure EU nationals living in the UK the settled status scheme that the UK government has in place will be running regardless of whether there's a deal or a no-deal situation, and will remain open until the end of 2020. I hope this video has made it a little bit clearer about what is happening in politics and Brexit right now. Should you have any questions, please do let me know. I'll be delighted to answer them for you. And also, I look forward to keeping you updated on Brexit over the coming weeks. Have a lovely day.